Hello folks, Jabba Popjovich here. We're going to be doing it a little bit more professional, a little bit more sedate today. Like the job of evening news, only it's the job of video game reviews. Formerly, I did all these kind of unprepared and hasty, harebrained, let's play, let's watch me, let's watch Job Hop, let's play, let's watch me, let's watch Job Hop play.
Let's play, let's watch me, let's watch Job Hop
play, but no longer. This is a new era. We're more sedate, we're more professional. I even have a tie and a belt here. So I'm taking this seriously, as you should, because games in the 22nd century are serious business. $59.99 for your GameStop. It's no joke, kids. That's a quarter of any reasonable playing man's paycheck. So what does that mean for you, the viewer? It means you're going to be getting a little bit more informed opinions, more reasoned arguments, more thoroughly researched and informed talking points. And no more of this thing here. You know, she's a good helper, she's an assistant, but as you can see, she has no fingers or hands, so what is she going to contribute? She can't even play games. In fact, that's why I did the Let's Watch Me Plays, so she could pretend that she was playing games with me, but she wasn't. But the only game we can play is chess, you know, as long as I move the pieces for her and don't kind of hold her hostage, so to speak, but that's not right. Anyway, let's get to business. The game we're going to be reviewing today is called Defense Grid: The Awakening. In short, it's tower defense. Much as games are defined by their genre, you know, FPS, you pretty much know the rules. The rules of tower defense are simple. You don't control your units directly, you control the layout, you control their placement on the board. You don't control the layout of the board. The layout of the board and the waves of enemies are what is going to define your gameplay, your decisions and you know, actions. So basically, you plop them down like pieces, and the enemies come in, and your guns and towers will shoot them. The strategy comes in knowing which units to place, where to place them, in what order. There's a lot of autistic micromanaging involved. You have to know just when to put that piece down, so you're not spending too much resources, and you're also killing. So you gotta even out. This game is great in that regard. There's a lot of online leaderboard incentives. There's multiple gameplay modes. The configurations are very minimal. I've heard this is an Xbox port or a game that was designed for dual playability, so the interface and the configuration is very minimal, which isn't so bad. There's nothing hindering you from being involved in the game. It's very straightforward. So, you know, on the one hand, it's not so great you can't change some settings. On the other hand, why do you need to? You know, the game is well designed. Okay, so let's talk. The graphics in this game are there. You can see them with your 2 or 4 eyes, depending on your visual acuity. For me, it's 2. These are fake glasses. They're not. They're just for show. But they do look nice, don't they? So they're there. The graphics aren't too advanced. They depict. Nothing gets too muddied. You can zoom in if you can't see what's going on, but you don't actually have to see much. I mean, you're gonna, in terms of playing the game, you're gonna be holding down the F key for fast forwarding, because you know, you're gonna want to see everything moving forward quickly, and the units walk a little too slowly. In terms of like when you're actually putting them down, putting your towers down, and seeing them shoot the enemies. There's a high latency, so you're either gonna wait and watch the same animation over and over again, or you're going to press that F key and fast forward. And this is what I like about the game, because not only can you fast forward to get everything, you know, done. The game doesn't make you sit and wait and watch, let you get it on with. But if you mess up, if you place a wrong tower, and the enemy just whizzes on by and steals your resources, you can press the backspace key. And the backspace key, it doesn't rewind, but it sends you to the most previous checkpoint. And this is good because, you know, this game is not a math experiment. There's a lot of calculus going on, but there's only so much you can anticipate and plan for. The strategy is very abstract. It's not direct. So when situations where things don't work out as planned, it's good that the game doesn't make you restart the entire thing. Some people may think it's kind of cheaty. I don't think it's cheaty, because there's enough challenge, there's enough thinking, there's enough going back and forth and trying to beat your high score that you're always going to be appreciative of the chance to tweak and move things along until you get your strategy in your head, until you figure out the tricks of the trade. The sound, now this is where the game, I think, it just sets it apart from other tower defense games. It's basically a game where an old British guy tells you knock-knock jokes.
Got that. Now we must get the old communication center online to see what's coming our way. Let's see if we can't clean the place up. A bit of advice if they attack. Be merciless. They are. Oh, and this is absolutely essential. You must remember to,
And what's the deal with British guys in casual indie games? What I like about this one is he's a much more mature, he's a much more aristocratic old British guy. He's not one of those young hipster British guys like the new Doctor Who. No, this is a good old-fashioned. This guy probably has a stinky wiener, and you're just waiting for him to show it to you, but he's not going to show it to you because he's just the voice. In that regard, I think there's some kind of weird fetishistic thing going on with old British voices in video games. I don't see many British ladies in video games. British men and younger men I see a lot more. But I think what it is, it's some kind of like form of punk. It's the form of where the young adults of our culture, of our American culture, rebel against authority and harken back to the more refined days of British rule and power. So I think there's a kind of ideological thing in play here. I do remember though a gold commercial where the British lady is trying to sell you gold. That was a good one. It's cute. You don't see it that often, and you trust her because she's British, because she's got centuries of tradition. So overall, this is a great game. There's lots of replayability. Go back and show your friends your high scores, and show yourself your high scores. Go get the achievements. Go grab them all out of the game. The game's throwing them to you, and just go out and grab them. And it's not going to be that hard. It's very addictive. This is an addictive game. You're going to get your money's worth. There's a few DLCs available. You're going to be playing them all until you get the highest of the high scores. So there you go. Defense Grid: The Awakening is a great Java recommendation. 9.5 out of 10 stars. If I had 11 stars, I'd save the extra and put them in my pocket and give you the 9.5. But I think it's only fair that I get some stars. So give me some stars. Throw them my way. I'll stick them in my pockets and keep them warm for you.